Hello Aries, welcome to your special Halloween edition of He Said, She Said. Thanks for joining us. My name's Michelle.
My name's Richard.
Let's get started. Aries, for October you have the Hearth card. It's a beautiful scene. It's a crackling fire. It feels like happiness. It feels like home. So elements of home and family are coming up for you here in October. It could be that someone is away from home and you're waiting for their return, or there is a feeling here perhaps around home, making it comfortable, making your house a home. There's a feeling here of home is where the heart is. Now, Richard has pulled a card as well from the Mausolea Oracle.
Yes, it's the Mother of Dawn, and it's about agency, compassion, and what's the other one there, Michelle?
That is beauty.
And beauty, yes. Beauty, agency, and compassion. And what I get from that card is the choice between service and servitude.
It feels like a family. It feels like a situation where you may have a choice to make, Aries. Perhaps there's an energy around you of being torn between home and something that's pulling you away. That's what I'm feeling directly off those cards. So let's see. At the bottom of the deck for you, I've got the King of Wands.
And I've got the Three of Pentacles.
I'm actually feeling like this is you. I feel like you have a choice to make. And when we talk about a king, it's a card of direct action. So we'll see where that goes. But let's cut these cards, guys. Don't forget to check out the channel memberships as well. Those are brand new. And what's the best about them is the early access. So if you're interested, you can click on the link below. It's the join button, or I have more information in the descriptions box. So please do join me here as part of the Gypsy Insights team. Okay guys, let's get started. We'll start with the status of this relationship, how you feel about this person, the strengths, the challenges, advice on what you should do, advice on what not to do, what's hidden or unexpected, and the potential outcome.
Okay, status of the relationship. How this person views you, Aries. Strengths, weaknesses, what this person should keep doing, what they should stop doing, what's hidden for this person, and the outcome if nothing changes.
Let's take a look. We have the Druid or the Hierophant. Interesting, isn't it? When we think of the Hierophant, I'm getting a very strong energy around tradition, traditional values, and what that means to you. So Aries, I actually feel like home is a very traditional environment for you. Now, as an Aries, I do feel that push and pull energy because you like the comfort that provides, but there's also that element of you, that fire, that passion, right, which sparks up and perhaps draws you away from this comfort.
Okay, so looking over here, status of the relationship, Seven of Swords. We do talk about choices here, service and servitude. So it's all about the attitude that one takes, I think, to what their situation is like. But this person seems to have a choice. It could be that they could have a choice to make an escape here.
A little bit of a stealthy energy around that, perhaps planning. Let's see. There we go. So it does feel like this person is away from you. I feel like they've kind of stolen away in the night. It feels almost like running, like they've run away, or they've done something very quickly. And I do feel that for you, you may be thinking, well, should I wait for this person? It's either you, Aries, or it could be vice versa. So take this however it resonates. But I do feel that the person on my side here is the one that's waiting for someone to return, perhaps from a distance. I get that this person may have gone quite far, maybe even traveled. I get across perhaps bodies of water for some. I do feel like there's an energy around this one of something that's drawn them. It feels like growth. It feels like something that is going to provide them with an opportunity for growth. Now, it could be in career. They may be away from you, Aries, because of their career. They could even be studying. This could be someone here who's gone away to a university or college to study for a while.
Okay, looking over here, we have the Nine of Swords in the reverse as how they're feeling about you. So there has been a disconnect here and a lot of anxiety about this person leaving, I think, Aries.
Yeah, it feels a little bit like shame and guilt as well, Richard. I mean, when I look at those swords cards, I feel like the person on Richard's side is very much in their head about what has occurred here. Now, the strength is the star. So I do think that there's an element here. Some of these people may have gone away because they were looking for something more, an ambition. I get as an ambition. But upon their return, there's an element here of healing. So it feels like ambition, but ambition that, well, I have to be honest, I get a very strong sense here of this person returning, perhaps without achieving that ambition. So there's an energy here of perhaps being drawn back, like being drawn away and then being drawn back with that star card. It feels to me like healing energy.
Kind of like a rubber band, really.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's look over here. We have the Four of Cups in reverse as a strength. So this person has gone away because they were depressed.
Yeah.
All right, and they've gone now, and now they're feeling a bit more open to offers. So that rubber band now is going to sort of bring them back towards you, Aries.
It feels like that healing energy, Richard. You know, the Four of Cups, what I'm sensing around that is that emotional withdrawal, right? That emotional disconnect.
Yeah, I get a lot of obligation.
Obligation.
And
running away from obligation,
or running away from obligation, or running away towards some sort of obligation they felt they had to take up.
Okay, let's have a look at the challenge. The Eight of Cups. Well, it is that emotional disconnect is the challenge. I feel like there's a very strong emotion between these two people in which it's very hard to disconnect from. Richard was talking about that rubber band. Well, the rubber band is that connection, and it's hearth, it's family, it's home, it's a feeling of belonging. And I feel that it's difficult for these two people to be apart for a long period of time because of that connection. Okay.
Here's that three of Wands in the upright. So that's the ambition that Michelle was talking about. So this person here, I think it wasn't really an obligation at all. It was an ambition that they wanted to see if they could make happen. But I don't think they have been successful with it. And I think what's going to happen is they're going to be drawn right back to where they started.
Yeah, let's see. What's the advice here? For you, Aries, we've got the Knight of Wands, but it's in the reverse. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at these cards and I feel that these two are connected. If they were in the upright, that would be very good energy. This feels like Mars in Aries, actually, which is very much your energy. So it feels like that motion towards something, keeping their eye firmly focused on something there in the future, having that vision of the future. But when these two are in reverse, it tells me that there's been some kind of lack. I feel it's a lack of planning, a lack of foresight is what I'm getting from Spirit. It's a lack of foresight. And that's the way you're seeing this. It's kind of like a spontaneous action. Someone here has done something very spontaneously without very much an idea of where they're going to go or where they're going to take this. So it feels like they're kind of, I'm looking at this Eight of Cups and I feel like a lost energy. Even with that Four of Cups there in the reverse, it feels like lost. Not really knowing. So it feels like somebody wandering in the wilderness, like going away, wandering in the wilderness, trying to find their direction. I think that this person needs to find their direction, is what I'm getting. And for you, Aries, I feel like you shouldn't follow.
No.
Don't follow this person. Let them go and let them wander in this wilderness for a little while.
Excuse me, yeah. That's right. All right, let's look over here. Advice for this person. It's interesting. We've got the Knight of Wands in reverse over here for this person. We've got the Knight of Swords in reverse over here for this person. As advice. You know, I again, that's the same kind of energy, really. And it's a bit flaky, really, for this person. So I think it's more a matter of having to explain their flakiness to you, Aries.
Yeah, it feels like somebody's done something. They feel quite ashamed of it. I get a sense there of guilt associated with this. And when it comes to those swords cards, I get a very strong element around them of not really thinking things through carefully before taking an action.
It's interesting, isn't it, with these, on this side we've got the wands cards, and here we've got the swords cards.
Yeah. So this feels like, actually for you, funnily enough, Aries, because of the hearth card and the three of wands, this is you keeping the home fires burning.
Yeah.
This is you there. I never like to say to people, wait for someone to return. But if this is someone that like is a spouse or a family member
or a father
someone who's very, very close to the home. I'm not talking about someone here that you've just met or that is someone that you've been with for a short time. This is a stronger connection than that, and it feels like keeping that home fires burning. It feels like keeping the flame lit for this person to find their way, out of this kind of wilderness, if you will.
Well, it's like the star, isn't it?
Yeah.
You think about the hermit and how you got the star,
like the North Star,
or the star in the lantern,
the guiding, right? Yeah.
So I get the sense, Aries, that you are aware of the pull that you have on this person, and I get the sense they could have left you before as well and then come back.
It's possible.
But it always seems like they're drawn back to you. It's almost like you have a magnetic attraction for this person. They just cannot seem to stray that far from you.
Let's have a look and see what the advice on what not to do. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. Well, this tells me that you have to kind of leave this up to the universe. It feels to me like you can't control this. When we talk about the wheel is constantly turning, and this is elements of change. It's elements of, it's in the upright. So I feel like for you, going with the flow, it feels like just letting it happen, not resisting the flow of events, letting this go around. It feels like a cycle. It may even be, like Richard was saying, that this is something that has cycled back. It may be a repeating kind of action that this person has taken in the past. So it feels like a wanderer. Why do I get kind of like a wanderer? Someone who wanders on this path for a while and then wanders back. It's a little bit transient, but yet Aries, I think that you're this person's anchor. You're this person's home. It's where they consider home. But meanwhile, they seem to go off on these kind of excursions, journeys, quests, maybe for a short time, maybe for a long time. I think you have to look at it in terms of how long these quests are, or how long these journeys are before they return. Because I have a funny feeling that the more often this happens, the longer this rubber band stretches, if you will.
Yeah, every time this happens, yeah. Yeah, you just want this person to come back, I think, Aries.
Yeah.
I do get that sense. And they'll return eventually, but you also are very sensitive to the concept of time as well.
Right.
But with this Wheel of Fortune here is what you shouldn't do. You really do need to leave it in the hands of fate. Over here we've got the Ten of Swords in reverse as what shouldn't be done here. What do you get from that, Michelle?
It really feels like I want to call it a short-term fixes. Look at all those swords cards.
Yeah.
And it feels to me like somebody is doing something. Why do I get the strange sensation that this person, I hate to say it this way, but this is what I'm getting from Spirit. There's an element here around this person of not, if they don't find their way back, then things can become quite difficult for this person mentally, I think. It feels like a mental struggle. I mean, look at those cards. This person's mind is very chaotic. When it comes to their thoughts, that it chops and changes. I feel like they have a thought, and then the next day it's like the complete opposite. So this chop and change, chop and change, chop and change. So what they shouldn't do here, Spirit is saying, is chop and change, chop and change. I think they need to stay the course on one thought and give it some time before going back. You know, it's that kind of element here of somebody here who needs to make up their mind and then follow through on something, rather than do this weird chop and change kind of energy, which is very problematic for you too, Aries, I feel. If somebody is constantly coming backwards and forwards to you without giving you any real sense of stability, you know, because it's likely that this person could return and then say, oh, I'm back, but why am I back? You know, and so then go again.
Yeah, it's almost like if they leave, it's like that song, it's only when I leave that I begin to love you.
Yes, and so they race back, and then when they get back, they say, oh, why did I come back?
Right, you know, that's what I get here with this Four of Cups in reverse. You know, a realization, oh gosh, you know, now I understand, now I have to go back.
Yes, exactly.
But then they come back, and
there has to be real transformation in this person's life before they journey back this time.
All right.
What's hidden here is the Six of Pentacles. Now, I think that's your energy here, Aries. I feel it's you keeping the home fires burning. It feels like we had, what were the keywords down there on that? Mother of...
beauty, agency, and compassion.
Yeah, this feels like agency and compassion. It feels like... kindness. It feels like... not exactly charity. I wouldn't call it that. It's just more about what we do for family, what we do for people that we love. You know, we don't cut them off. We don't not provide. So it feels like an element around you, Aries, of providing for this person in some way, being there for this person, even if it's just as some kind of someone that they can reach out to before they get into this kind of state, because I feel like that this type of person could find themselves in a really dark place, and if there isn't this kind of support there, they may do something drastic in terms of their I want to say do something that makes it impossible for them to return in some way.
You know, I was talking earlier about service and servitude, the choice we have. And that's the thing with you, Aries. I get the sense that you're torn at times as to whether you're actually helping this person
or hindering
them, and you know, by serving them, or whether they're taking advantage of you. You know, whether you're enabling them perhaps as well.
But I think that really this isn't a question of enabling. I don't get enabling here. So if you're thinking that, oh, am I enabling this person? You actually aren't, Aries. You're not at all. It's just you're providing them with this place of, it's unconditional love. You know, the Six of Pentacles there is giving, but it's not to get back.
Right.
We hope that we get back, but we don't always. So that, again, there's that element here of family, right? Of the people that we love the most, the people that we cherish the most, and still being there for them, even if they are apart from us for whatever reason.
Yeah, I also talked about a sense of obligation. It could be, the sense of obligation might be with you, Aries, as well, a little bit. So, you know, in the end, though, it's your choice. You know, you don't have to feel obligated to do anything.
No, you don't have to give to them.
You don't have to. And that's what I like about that Six of Pentacles, is what's hidden. All right, let's take a look at what's hidden over here. The Two of Pentacles in reverse, you know, this person's a bit overwhelmed. I mean, it's pretty clear, isn't it? Look at this, and Knight of Swords in reverse, Ten of Swords in reverse over here, Nine of Swords in reverse down here. There's a lot of mental stuff going on here. This person is having a bit of a hard time of it. And I think, Aries, you've always been there for them. Always been there for them.
it may be that this person's reaching out for some kind of monetary support as well, Aries. I'd be a little bit careful with that. Again, Richard was saying about the obligation, right? You're not obligated to assist this person. So if they've gotten themselves into a mess and they're reaching out to you saying, hey, you know, I need some money and all of that, well, you know, use your discretion. Use your discretion. It'd be a different thing for everybody, but I do get that kind of energy around this of somebody reaching out to you when they're in need of assistance, but when they're not, they're kind of off doing their thing, and is that fair? You know, it has to be. It can't be someone here who is a taker. You know, the Seven of Swords there is a taker. That is someone who takes without giving, but there is elements of guilt around that as well. Okay, let's see. Wow, rebirth, or the Judgment card. So I do think that if this person has gone away, I feel that there is some kind of element here of this person returning at some point. But changed, transformed. However this person left, they won't be the same when they come back, but it will be changed for the better.
Well, I'm also getting the sense here of accepting them if they have changed and have come back for the better. Yeah. But if they're going to come back the same as what they were, then I would say that's not a good thing for you, Aries. I think they probably should go away again and then come back once they have succeeded in making that transformation.
I think it has to be, you have to give them time. There has to be time here. It can't be that chop and change energy that I was picking up where somebody leaves and then turns around and comes back. It can't be that.
No, they have to stay away for a good length of time here. And you can't really help them by having them come back for a short time and then leave again.
Right.
Yeah, look at that. Six of Swords is the outcome. I do like that, actually. It does tell me of that same journey that Michelle was talking about somebody who leaves and then transforms, but with that rebirth card coming back transformed. So yeah, I do like where this is going. Yeah, I think the temptation, Aries, might be for you to call this person back too early, especially if you're worried about them.
Or follow them.
Yeah, yes. Yeah.
This feels like holding back, you know, a little bit of withdrawal. It may be hard because I do feel a strong connection with this person. Could be a member of your family, it could even be a spouse. But it's about giving them that, I want to say, time. I also want to say giving them, I don't feel that if this person is around you still, let's just say they haven't travelled too far. You can't really be in this person's life while they're going through this transformation. It has to be separation there.
Yes, and there can't be that temptation to draw them back. Right. You know, for you to pull on that rubber band. Yeah, I think it's really important that you don't do that. Yeah.
Wow, Aries. You know, it's not a bad reading. It feels good. So let's see where this goes in the extended. I do hope that you join us there if this is resonating. The link is down below in the descriptions box, and that will be on the Vimeo channel. It'll be about another 25 to 30 minute reading. If you would like a personal reading, you can contact me, gypsyinsights@gmail.com. Please do like, share and subscribe if you're a newcomer. I'd love to have you. Don't forget about the Soul for Repair playlist for more readings that are done in this style if this one isn't resonating. And also don't forget to check out the channel, my channel memberships. Become a member of the Gypsy Insights team. Click on the join button and get early access to the videos. Wishing you the best here, Aries. We'll see you in part 2, or we'll speak to you again very soon.
Thanks, Aries. Goodbye and good luck.